You're listening to the Unpainted podcast with Sneaker Fair Kicks, the dopest artists weighing in on staying creative, money, fame, and glory. Get that creative kick you need for the weekend. The Unpainted podcast. Make art and hustle.
Yo, welcome back. We got another banger on the way. Thanks for sticking in so far. We are at episode 7, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 7 of the Unpainted podcast. Now I brought you another great, spectacular legend in the making. My good friend, Aldonte Aldonte the Artist on IG. For those of you who don't know, I'm just going to get right into it. It's gonna be a banger. You know, I know he gonna come with the heat, the great stories. Hopefully, he got some giggles up in there. You know, but it's just all around chill dude. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Aldonte the Artist.
What's good people? What's happening? What's good, bro?
Yo, what's up, man? What it is?
Not much, man. Having a nice, productive work day, man. Just doing art. Like, ain't no greater feeling to be doing what you love, like, all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
That's facts.
Yeah.
That's big facts. Big facts. So, broski, like, let's jump straight into it. Why don't you tell the people a little bit about yourself, man?
All right, bet. Y'all already ready for the entree. All right, here we go. So, the Aldonte art story. I got you. Let me try to paint a picture for you. So, growing up, always been intrigued with animation, like comic books, cartoons, like you name it. And I never knew that was something that could be creative. So, like, I started real young, and I don't know what motivated me at the age of 5 or 6 to pick up a pencil and just start drawing. But I gotta say, that was definitely life-changing, because, like, now I'm here to, you know what I'm saying, still doing it, and it's like one of the best ones ever. But you know, watching, you know, cartoons and stuff like that, I was always taking my, you know, in the 90s, you know, you had them plastic cassette covers, you know what I'm saying, with your tapes.
Yep.
I would take those plastic cassette covers, and I'd just have a piece of paper, and I'd just be going at it. And next thing I knew, I was like, cool, like, I can do this all the time. So fast forward into me, you know, growing up, just sitting in class. I don't promote that for anybody who go to school, but I was always drawing it. I always had the I ain't gonna lie, I always had the composition notebook with the lines. Just, you know,
no doubt.
Why, you know, the teacher was, you know, doing they one too, but I wasn't a bad student. It's just like my focus is like, you know, my attention span, like, oh man, I definitely want to draw a Batman right now. And it was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to draw this person or that person. So just, you know, started off just drawing. And then it elevated to me tapping into painting a little bit. It was just something I never knew that was like possible or that I could do. Like, you know, coming into the what do you call it, the art game, it wasn't a lot of people like growing up how I grew up that taught art. So art was like a rare thing to do, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, you didn't have people that was saying like, oh, you could draw, you could color, you can paint. They got so many like different supplies, like the possibilities is endless. And like the crazy thing, like they have art classes in school. I was never put in most of those classes, and that was like the weirdest thing ever. Yeah, and I was like, dude, like I really like love this though. Like I love to create. Like a lot of stuff I didn't know was like possible until like I was able to just tap into it myself just by visually seeing it and then just, you know what I'm saying, drawing it out. So fast forward to that, you know, in high school, I just stopped doing art for a while. I mean, part of that came from like, you know, trying to figure out who you are and what you know what I'm saying, what you like and what you don't like. So I took a break from it. I feel like that was the worst decision ever in life, because it's like you don't want to take a break on something like you like potentially good at and could be better at. and something that you like truly love and you invested in. Like, never give up on something you invested in. So I definitely encourage that for anybody. But also that, like, you had a lot of people around me that was just like, yo, you do art? Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the gist with that? Like, what's like, is that gonna make generate you any income? And I was like, I ain't think about it like that. I just love to create. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know that was a thing too. So it was just like, oh, you could get paid for this? But like, just tapping into it and trying to figure it out, man, I definitely gave up. You know what I'm saying? Tried to be a jock for a little bit. That didn't work. You know what I'm saying? And then
I hear you.
After graduating and everything, I was just chilling one day, man, and one of the homies just hit me up like, hey, yo, man, I got this idea for a tattoo. Like, can you, like, you know what I'm saying, cook up a sketch for me and just send it over? And I was like, man, I don't really draw no more. You know what I'm saying? He like, yo, dude, like, it's like riding a bike. Like, you know what I'm saying? Once you know how to ride a bike, you ain't gonna forget. So it's just like, why you tripping? Just make the sketch, just shoot it over. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Then I'll let you know what I think, and then we'll go from there. So,
real talk.
Like, so banged out a sketch for him, and he like, yo, like, that's crazy. Like, yo, and it's crazy because, like, this is one of the people, sorry, I'm all over the place. I forgot to mention that, but this is one of the people that in high school that was like pushing me to draw sketches for tattoos. So mind you, every classmate that I had tattoos. So it was a rumor that was going around that was like, hey, yo, Dante do sketches for tattoos. Da, 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 da. And I was like, man, you put me out there like that. Like, I don't really draw for real. Like, everybody tripping.
Yeah, so, that's how it start.
Yeah. So I was around there just making sketches for everybody. And then, like, once came on people's radar, they like, yo, he draw, he da 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 da. And I was like, I don't really draw. You know what I'm saying? Self-sabotaging myself, though. Like, I don't draw, man. I'm cool.
Yeah.
It became like a thing. And then after that, I just stopped. And then one of the good homies, man, he pretty much my bro. He had hit me up like, I got a tattoo idea. Go ahead and knock that out for me. And then after that, it just, you know what I'm saying, pedaled to me drawing again. And then I honestly was sitting there chilling, and I was thinking about, could I do tattoos? And I was like, no, like,
shout out Kev.
That's a whole new world. Hey, what's going on, everybody who popped in and sent in the comments, man? Truly, all that love. But yeah, I was the plug for a little bit, and I didn't even know it. So yeah. Fast forward to me thinking about doing tattoos. I was, you know, drawing. And then, I ain't gonna lie, you know, when the internet hit that high rise and it was bumping, and I started looking up how to do tattoos, I was like, nah, I don't think this is my steez. Like, I'm gonna just stick to drawing for real. I was like, I'm cool. So I just stuck to drawing for a little bit, and then fast forward to be watching one of the homies that he was painting Tim, and he had a page and everything. I do custom Tims and da da da. And I was like, man, that's hard. I ain't never seen nobody paint no sneakers. Like, that's a thing, bro. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, you can paint kicks. Like, that's crazy. I thought, only a factory thing. Like, it had to be that leather that just come out and just, you know what I'm saying, make the shoe. So, of course, went on YouTube, did the research, and of course, I was like, I don't think this is my steez. Again, self-sabotaging, the worst thing you could possibly do to yourself. So I was like, I don't think
hit that YouTube University.
Yeah, graduated summa cum laude from YouTube University. Yeah,
this guy.
You feel me? And I was like, nah, man, I'm gonna just stick to drawing. And I had hit the homie up, and I asked him, could he do me a pair of Marvel Tims? And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna get to you. And he was like, you want me to just do it from scratch, or you want to just bust out a design and then I'll follow your design? I said, you know what? I'm gonna bust out a design and then I'm gonna shoot it to you. So, you know what I'm saying? Fast forward to me busting out this design, I step back. I'm like, man, I think I could do my own ticks. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, I'm about to really figure this out, figure how to do this, how to prep it, all that, and like just go in. So after doing the drawing, I had just an old like little ruggy pair of New Balances, And I'm like, man, let me hit these up. And I went on Angela's, and of course, I spent a paycheck because Angela's was definitely not cheap products. I was just like, oh, okay, this is some serious supplies right here. So, and two, I bought the wrong supplies because I had bought paints, and the sneakers that I had was suede. So I'm like, yo, like I don't think I can apply the paint, you know what I'm saying, on this. And I was just like, so I did some more research. Then Angela's had the suede videos, and I was watching that, so I had ordered some suede. And then after that, did my first pair. Of course, that pair is to infinity and beyond, bro. Because I threw those away. Like after wearing, I was like, man, these look horrible. I had suede drip hanging down towards the sole of the shoe. I had I had the dye overlapping on my shoelaces. Like it was just all bad. Like talk about a nightmare, man. But I gotta say, man, it's one of them things where it's like you never know until you try. So it's just like you always want to try it, and from that, you should be able to learn. You know what I'm saying? And come back with it, and it should motivate you to be like, all right, bet I'm gonna come again, but it's gonna be even better. So after that pair was horrible, I was just sitting back. I was just like, man, what am I gonna do next? I just want to challenge myself to do something next. So I had the paints over here, and I had went to the like little Goodwill, and I had picked up some Jordan 3s, and I was like, oh, I could paint these.
Lucky.
So, yeah, like it was bagged them though, like cool. So I came home, raced home, washed them off. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Prepped them and deglazed them and all that, and then I had made the reverse flash. I had just made them all yellow, and then the side was red, and then the bottoms was black. Now, like I said, back again, I'm learning lessons. I didn't know you couldn't paint soles, so I was like, oh man, like you gotta be kidding me! Like, why is this paint coming off, man? It was just brittle. I was like, bro, like this ain't happening, man. This ain't happening. So I kind of was like discouraged with that. And then after a while, my good bro again, he was like, hey man, you painted those? Like you out here painting shoes and everything? I said, bro, don't come for me right now. Like I'm still learning, you feel me? Like don't come for me right now. He was like, no, man, like I'm gonna challenge you, man. Yo, shout out to my bro Ron, man. He's a fitness trainer, you know what I'm saying? Good people. That's like my brother. But shout out. I'm gonna challenge you, bro. I'm gonna send you over some Air Jordan 5s. I want the fire red 5s. He was like, I want the black part of the fire red 5s to be gold. I was like, all right, man, I'm gonna do it. This my bro. I'm gonna go ahead. Ended up making it happen though, cause I ain't gonna lie, I took my time. Had to take my time, and then another trick that I learned that was like prepping the was that like the cotton or fabrics. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I had to learn that too, but it ended up still being like a little bit, you know what I'm saying, hard because he said it properly. But again, these are all the upcoming stages. You know what I'm saying? Learning how to, you know what I'm saying, prep and paint your shoes properly. So did that, but he loved it though. He was just like, man, these like one of my favorite pairs. And I was like, cool. Then after that, he was like, I got another pair for you. I said, man, come on, man. But you know what though? He was definitely like, I appreciate him just pushing me to be like, you know what, man, just tap in, man. Like tap in, grow, like learn this stuff. Like just do it. And ever since then, after I did his pair, I had ended up doing what was that pair that I did? It was a portrait on the side. Mind you, it was like me dabbing it back into the portrait game. My portrait game is not like it is now. So did the portrait on the side of some Air Force Ones I just had laying around. And then after that, it was, you know what I'm saying? It was steadily growing, and I was just going around the house like, let me find some more pairs. Let me find another pair. Let me do this. And I was demoing on so many different pairs that I had people actually hit me up like, yo, just do me a pair. Just do this, do that. So I said, all right, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to go ahead and, you know what I'm saying? And in the process of me giving it a shot, still learning, I still to this day hit people up and be like, yo, like, how was your pair? Like, is this still good? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just
Yeah.
myself to be like, yo, you did it right. Because I never want to like make it seem like I'm just trying to just get over on somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to, if I feel like if you're going to do a job, you got to do it at 110%. If you do it less
Real
than that,
talk.
you might as well not even get invested into it. That's just my honest opinion. But still be asking people like, yo, how was the pair? How was this? How was that? And then shoot, man. Fast forward to now, shoot, that's pretty much one of the, you know what I'm saying, one of the favorite things that I do all the time, besides creatively teaching myself a little bit about digital art and stuff like that. And that all came around when like I said, I was scattering around like, yo, let me find an artist that can do it for me. And in the process of them doing it for me, and I'll look and I'll be like, I think I could do this myself. Like, not no, you know what I'm saying? I said, you know what? I'm a creative being. I think I could do this. Like, it's nothing against what they're doing or how they was doing it. I just always just was like, after just getting it done and like doing it, I was like, man, I think this is something I could really do. So, like, learning these different techniques, learning, you know what I'm saying, different art styles, and shoot, as far as my style now, like, it really, on the shoe side, it really hasn't changed. Like, I'm even as an adult man, I'm still
Talk about it.
cartoons, comic book character, because that's what I love. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love, I love your historical figures too. Like, when you people that motivate me, that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I draw them, I put them on sneakers. Like, it's just, yeah, I'm still doing the same thing like when I was younger, drawing and painting, but now it's on a different scale because it's a wearable canvas. Like, and that's one of the hardest canvases to me because besides sneakers, but denim too. Like, just to go around and people be like, yo, who painted that or who did that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just be like, yeah, like,
Yeah.
I love wearable art now. Like, to grow up, I didn't know that was a thing. And then you see people who, like, airbrush at the mall and stuff. Like, I grew up and seeing that. Like, I didn't know that was a thing that, like, I could do. You know what I'm saying? So you, like, picking and choosing, like, wait, so you can paint clothes? Like, you can paint shoes? Like, okay, cool. So I love it, man. I definitely love customizing sneakers, jackets. Recently, in the top of the year, a basketball. I never think I'll be doing that. Skateboard day.
Talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, like I ain't know I was gonna be, you know what I'm saying, getting into that. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate all the love in these comments, man. Y'all truly a blessing, man, giving me them roses, man. I feel good. So yeah, just working on different canvases and different mediums. I think that's a fun experience. And it's also I say for people, it's also what do you call it? Time consuming. So of course you're gonna have different audience that's gonna be like, yo, let me get a skate deck, let me get a basketball, let me get a pair of sneakers. So with me having fun, I have to break down my creative, you know what I'm saying, process or my creative work to be like, yo, you know what? I don't do those all the time, but I will, you know what I'm saying? Just to try it out. Like, I'm a person, like, I've always been interested in just trying it out. And if it don't work for me, I can easily be like, that's not for me. I'm good. But so far, yeah, it's been something that's truly that has worked. And I gotta say, like I said, overall, if I could pick and choose now, even to this day, like, my favorite canvas is sneaker. Always.
Okay then. So, you done said a lot for the people to digest.
Yeah.
How do you describe your style? How do you do that? I think that's like my favorite question to ask on the podcast.
You know what though? I feel like my style is commercial. Like, it's like,
Talk about it.
I ain't gonna fake. Like, growing up, I was always pushed in the direction from family members. I don't fault them for this, to be like, that's not perfect, do it again. So, like, I was always pushed to fix my lines, fix my shade. Where's my light source coming from? Like, from people that, like, knew how to draw or knew what to do was just telling me, and I was just like, wait, what you mean it ain't good? Like I see it, I think it's great. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's something
Right.
that I've, but I was being pushed to be that commercial type presentation type artist. That's why, like, even to this day, I sometimes like bug myself out or stress myself out when I'm like, this don't look like how I wanted it to look. But all artists have to take this into consideration. Like, you have to appreciate and value how you creatively created that piece of art. Like, it doesn't have to be the previous person that created it, because that's how they made it. That's their style. You may have a different style and you not even know it, but you constantly battling with yourself, saying like, "Oh, it's not perfect enough, or it's not good enough." When you have to take your, into consideration that you are confident in whatever you create and whatever you make, and however you gonna move with it, people gonna follow you. So like, I had to this day, I'm still learning that, like, that everything is not gonna be perfect, and then too, in somebody else's eyes, like, they visually, you know what I'm saying, to the naked eye, visually, somebody will see something and be like, yo, that's just perfect. But you constantly critiquing yourself, like, nah, that's not really my best work. I think that was the worst thing that I ever made. Like, I didn't shade this area right. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't add the right mix to make this color bright enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I have to now stop myself from doing that, because I grew up around people that was saying like, do it again. That's not good. So like, and this was people that was like family members, you know what I'm saying? And like, cousins that was like, growing up drawing, and they were just always coming over and just like teaching me different stuff like shading and all that. And you know what I'm saying? And growing up in that type of atmosphere, it was just like, nah, that's not good. Try again. And then it kind of frustrates you, like, man, like, what's perfect to you, dude? Like, what's your issue right now? Like, you
can't please everybody.
Yeah, you can't. And that's one of the biggest keys of doing art. Even like now, like, it's a lot of pairs that I'm gonna make or customize that's not gonna be to everybody's liking. But the overall factor of the whole thing is that the creator, myself, if I love it and I enjoy it, then it shouldn't be no, you know what I'm saying, anything else. We shouldn't even talk about this no more. Either say it's cool or just say I don't like it, and then just go about your day. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? And part of that is learning and developing your confidence, because like, I ain't gonna lie, man, we artists, man, we sensitive about what we do. So that's always a factor with people like, that ain't good. I don't like that. That's trash. Like, you know how much you hurt a person's spirit when you like, yo, that's trash. Like, so you just gonna just diminish, like, you know what I'm saying, what they made, how they created it, just because you didn't like it. So it's just like, all of that was just, like I said, learning the confidence and learning the factor of like, I'm the artist. Like, so either respect it or move on. So like, now I'm a lot better, but I ain't gonna lie, like, growing up, that used to hurt me so bad. I used to be like, man, like, I don't even want to do it no more. You know what I'm saying? And it puts you in a space where you like, I don't even want to create no more because don't nobody like it. But it's like, do you like it? Like, you love it? Then move forward. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's it. So I gotta say, with the commercial style and the commercial type of art that I do, I am not mad about me doing it. It's just that I would encourage anybody that's tapping into the art world, that's growing up, like, some things, like, as far as that push, just be unnecessary. Because it's like, if you got a style, you got a style. But if you want to master it yourself, I advise you to properly, research what you got to research. Find whatever books or knowledge you have to like learn different skills and techniques from professionals that like know what they're doing. If you want to level yourself up, I advise that for anybody. But if you feel like you good where you at, then, you know what I'm saying, create. So, you know what I'm saying, that's just my opinion with that.
Yeah, I feel you on that. So, bro, you gotta talk about it, because it's a big deal, and we gotta give you big ups for it. Tell us about your most recent like big venture. I know about it, but tell the people about this most recent collab you did, bro.
Oh, word. So that goes back to painting basketball. So It was a homie from the city. He had got a thing moving with the NBA and whatnot, and he had hit me up and he was like, "You ever painted a basketball before?" And I was like, "Nah, but it's something, you know what I'm saying? It's something that's piquing my interest though. Like now that you done said it." So he was like, "All right, bet, just go ahead and cop a ball and then just let me know what you're gonna do on it." So got the ball. And I was like, man, I was just sitting there like, dang, what do I put on this thing? And then I was like, let me go back to one of my favorite characters growing up was Michael Jordan. I can't say who wasn't, you know what I'm saying, a fan of Mike though. So I was like, this is the best way.
Exactly.
Yeah, so let me put Mike on this ball. So ended up just freestyling, putting Mike on the ball. And then next thing you know, when I posted, Spalding had commented. Of course, that was just like, yo, like this crazy. Like they commented on my post, like respect, and they commented on all platforms, which was sweet. They commented on
that's
Instagram,
what's up,
Twitter, and TikTok. So I was like, all right, bet it's a go. Boom, rapid. Like right after that, I get a call from like one of the most influential artists that I know in my city that does work for like really, really big time stars. Like we talking about like Goody Mob. He done did some work for like the Falcons and stuff too. Like he like
oh snap.
Yeah, he be getting to it. And so I know he like not a popular name right now, but he did August Alsina's first cover, like his album cover. So
hey,
yeah.
Shout outs to him.
Yeah, so shout out to Mr. Soul. But yeah, he had hit me up and he was like, hey, this company, man, they want to holler at you about doing basketball for All-Star Weekend because All-Star Weekend was coming to Cleveland. And he was like, you interested? I said, yeah, of course. I'm like, so
right, duh.
Like, so what's the company name? He like, oh, it's Mountain Dew and Ruffles. So I'm like, what? Like, so they called me, man, got everything set up. Yeah, right, exactly. So yeah, of course, this was a life-changing experience, man, because you picture this, man. Somebody from your local neighborhood, man, going to the corner store, buying some Ruffles and Mountain Dew. You know what I'm saying? Like you,
the corner store.
These creative brands will want to work with somebody like you. You know what I'm saying? And you like, yo, like this is like a dream come true. So like that experience was amazing. Man, like really, really fun to do. I ended up doing 14 basketballs for the event. Like that was like, and that time crunch was just crazy, but I definitely enjoyed it. I was hyped, and then too to get, you know what I'm saying, get that under the resume. Like, yo, like I was able to work for, man, like two of my favorite companies though, growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just a dream come true. Like it's just crazy. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like learning how to, like I said, prep and everything. No, thanks. Yeah.
No, bro, you tweaking. The real goat is MJ. Stop sleeping.
He got the champion.
MJ don't need ruffles.
So yeah, that was a life changing experience. Still to this day, I'm overwhelmed with joy, and I'm very thankful, and I'm shocked that happened. Still shocked, like even in my city, to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for like it was an exhibit that was launched to win a sneaker contest and be inducted in the Rock Hall was just like crazy.
Let's go.
Really, really inspiring, man, and I just got so much gratitude, man, and thanks just for the growth, man, because like I said, like when I tell certain people younger than me, like you didn't think this type of thing could be obtained or imagined. Like you just somebody just drawn and just being the creative person that you are. You didn't think like you could fly and be in these certain positions, be in these certain rooms with these people, or on a FaceTime call with, you know what I'm saying, different companies. Like, yo, like, okay, like I could do that,
bro. That's real.
So yeah, it's definitely humbling, man, and inspiring. And then from now on, man, my whole mission is just to keep going, man. Like that's
That's real, bro, and crazy because when you was talking about it, I said, you say what? You doing what? That,
Yeah,
let's go, because the same thing happened to me. What was that, a year ago when Facebook hit me up, bro? I thought that was a prank. You know how that goes, social media. So I'm like, no, somebody pranking me, bro. And so like I'm messaging the recruiter back and forth, like, and I'm testing her still, because I'm like, this a scammer, bro. And eventually she was like, no, I get it, like it do look scammy, and I'm like, yeah. So she sent me the paperwork over, and I was like, oh.
yeah,
And I seen the zeros and was like, oh, this
yeah.
is
That's
not a scam.
right.
I seen
Being
I
on the
seen
side.
that long ass contract. It was like, oh,
Right. Yeah,
this definitely says, because that was before they changed the name to Meta, and it was saying, saying like Facebook, and it had like all these like different other corporation names. And I was like, oh, and I seen the Bleacher Report on there, and I'm like,
uh,
got it. Okay, this is, and so when I started doing that project, I'm like, yo, like, this a big deal, bro. You talking about, resume, like you said, resume. I'm like, bro, this is going on. This is a gold sticker, bro. Like, I'm working with like 3 companies at one time. It was for All Star Weekend, basically the same thing you did. Like, you did All Star Weekend this year, and I did All Star Weekend last year. Like, so if y'all watching this, y'all, you better build up that resume, because you might get a ring for All Star Weekend,
right.
and they constantly be hitting me up, because like I did a pair for De'Aaron Fox that year, and we did me and him did like a live chat over Zoom, and then they put it, they put it on like the Bleacher Report, and they posted that mess all over social media, and I'm like, whoa, like, and from there, obviously people was like, say, bro, that was you. I'm like, bro, it was me. My face ain't changed in like 20 years. Like, I have not aged at all somehow. Like, that was me. Like, and my pops, and like my uncles and stuff, they watch ESPN and they sleep. They like, yo, like, you didn't tell me you was doing that. I was like, I couldn't, and I know you know about that. Like, that NDA ain't no joke. I
That
was
is
like, I
true.
couldn't tell y'all nothing
You got
for
to, hey,
like 3 months.
you got to keep it from people you see every day, because you don't know if you like turn the corner, like what?
Bruh, they be on there like, I'm so proud, my baby is. You like, yo,
Ew.
you just messed up the whole deal. I ain't even got paid yet.
Bro,
Relax.
chill.
Bro, yeah, that All Star Weekend joint, that was lit. I'm like, what? Y'all
That's
gonna
all.
pay me how much?
That's
What? you know, to do a pair of shoes. Like, you did a couple basketballs.
yeah. I say for the artists that's watching, like just like Ant said, like be aware of the paperwork. Like, check the paperwork. If it makes sense, then cool. But if it don't, and you feel like it's fishy, you can deny. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, real talk. I must have read that paperwork like 4 or 5 times. I'm like,
Yeah.
I was googling words, because they use
They
what
use
they call legalese, like, and you got to use like a legal dictionary to figure out what that stuff mean, because you might know that word, but in legal speak, that word does not mean what you think it means. Like, it could be any word, like personnel in legalese could mean something way different than what you think. You got to look it up. So I'm like, man, like, okay, because again, I was telling them boy that I'm like, they trying to scam me, man. Like, somebody trying to get me to get on my bank account number or some stupid stuff,
yeah.
and I'm finna be SOL. But nah, cause the lady called me, and when she called me, I was like, okay, and it didn't help because she had a foreign last name, so I'm ignorant. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not trusting this, bro. Like,
True.
I'm not trusting this.
Yeah. So
Her
if they
her her name was Korean, so I was like, no, bro, I'm getting scammed. And then she called me because she was like, can I call you? And I'm like, okay, if this is real, it'd be dope. So when she called, I was like, okay, let's do it. Like, but, it right there, because I was just kind of like, what made them, like, even like catch up to me like that, and
right.
it was just like, oh, which again, I keep telling y'all, young artists and stuff like that, is it's people watching you. You don't think so? And while you be on the internet complaining you ain't getting no love, you better stop doing that, because it is people watching you. Because they was like, oh, we been watching. I'm like,
Yeah.
I hope you ain't catching none of the stuff I used to say.
True. Yeah, true.
How long y'all been watching?
Yeah. That's what. Yeah, and that's the best advice. That's the best advice to give, man. Is just you gotta stay on the course, man. Like you can't focus on the exterior of what what I'm saying, what the outside world is doing or how they doing it. Cause like I ain't gonna lie, like in the early stages of me being creative and customizing, like I used to always be like, dang, why them and not me? You know what I'm saying? Like you just sit back and be like, why them and not me? I go hard, with what I do. Like this don't make sense to me. But at the
It's
same
an easy trap to slip into.
yeah, and you can't compare your journey to theirs. Like you literally have to focus on your objective and what you creatively doing right. Because trust me, you're gonna have your moment and you're gonna have your opportunity. Like all that. I'm here to tell you from example. All that hard work does not go unturned. Like it does make up for all them nights, them long nights you stay up. You come back and you talking ideas and all that. All that is calculated. Every footstep matters. So, yeah.
Man, yeah. So like it, the thing was because when they was doing that, like so I've been on social media for like forever. You know what I mean? Like I started my account, like my Facebook account. I started my Facebook account like 2009. And so I've been on there for a long time. And when I started my account, I was 19. So like, unfortunately, I was clearly not as mature as I am now. No matter how mature I thought I was, so and two, back then I was not branded. You know what I mean? Like I was an artist. I was not a brand, and as we know, it is really easy, to get punished for like stuff you said years ago, and you are not allowed to be seen as somebody who has matured since you said what you said. Nobody wants to hear that. Like, well, I'm not 19 anymore. Granted, I really didn't say much wild stuff, but you never know nowadays what will bother somebody or what will make a company say we can't do business with you. You never know. It could be the smallest things. Like you could voice your political views, and your political views can change the way people do business with you. It's that easy. So when they hit me up, I was like, oh man, and I read the contract, and they verbally told me too, was like, we gonna do a social media scrub. And I'm like, well, this is Facebook. That means they about to scrub my Facebook and my Instagram.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, like I really hope I haven't said something that I forgot about, or like even like it could be simple as like posting a meme. Like I hope I didn't post a meme, that I forgot about, that I'm not going I'm not going to scroll I don't know how far they log go back, but I'm not about to scroll 10 years of content and be like, this was dumb.
Yeah.
And, this make my brand look stupid. So even now, if you look on my page and you scroll back that long, first off, you got too much time on your hands. Second off, you got to understand that, I'm 33 right now.
Yeah.
Whatever I was doing back then is definitely influenced by a different mindset, a different time period, but what you can see is that I'm not much different from back then. I'm just more mature in how I
Yeah.
do things, because again, like they'll get at you, man, for that stuff, and you just like, yo, just pay attention to my artwork. But that's not, and some of your artwork too, because we got people, fellow creatives who get their artwork deleted because they'd be like, it's too racy, or
Nah,
it's like politically aligned, or like if people who do like nude work or something like that, they might say that this is, I can't really think of the right word, but like it's like it's not tasteful, like you never know. So when they hit me, I'm just like, yeah, hopefully, my stuff is pretty much the standard, which it was, because I asked, I was like, okay, when y'all did my background check, I just for my curiosity to, see if I could like develop, develop a different mindset, I didn't expect to speak like I did younger years, but just so I can keep a mental note. And he was like, nah, it's fine, like, it was, they didn't see nothing, so I was, like, you know what I mean.
in the clear. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bruh, like, I'm just like, I really hope I haven't said nothing wild that like I shouldn't have, not even that I shouldn't have said, because I don't really take back much that I say,
Yeah.
like, because I make it my business to say what I mean, or at least say what I feel. I make it my business not to be saying stuff just for reactions,
Yeah. Just
and 9 times out of 10 I did think it out, whether I'm right or I'm wrong. I did take the time to think about this. I didn't just blurt this out, whatever I'm saying. But you know again, I can't expect somebody who don't know me to understand the context of my feelings, or to understand the context of um my life, so you don't know it influences me. So you just see what you see and you take it at face value, which, for young artists, that's why I keep telling y'all, and some of y'all, if I know you pretty well, I've told you like, hey man, you might want to talk to your friends before you post what you posting,
yeah.
because like some of y'all, you scare people away, like,
True.
especially with that, oh, I'm not getting no love, and and y'all don't respect artists, or y'all will pay for this but you won't pay for that. You scaring people away. Like, you might want to think about that before you type that.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to work with the angry dude or the angry lady,
Yeah.
but
Angry artist.
yeah, man, like, hey, you gotta pump your brakes. Ask your friends what they think, and if you got friends that agree with you all the time, that ain't it. You
Facts.
need some friends. You need some friends that not every once in a while, but more than you think would say you tripping. Especially in this art world, because I know and I definitely want to hear your opinions on it, but like, whether you have officially branded yourself, like, I'm sure y'all can see, like, you see my logo in the corner, you see my logo at the top, you've seen my stuff, what I had done to brand myself. Even without that, I was still a brand. This just looks more professional, but as artists, we are the brand, like, because when you put up work, eventually people want to see who the person is behind the work. They want to see that, who the person is behind the work. So you have to be careful, with like with what you're doing, because you know they don't, again, like, they don't understand the context of who you are, and so I mean it's really just easier just to like let the artwork speak for you. Like let the artwork speak for you, as an artist, and if you ain't getting no spins, you ain't getting no shares, you ain't been on TV or nothing yet, first off, like I say always, stop comparing yourself to people, because that's why you think that's what you need, because you comparing yourself to somebody you want to be like.
True.
Second off, y'all know I'm gonna keep it real. Second off, again, don't react to it, because I mean it just ain't your turn. Like, if you're gonna react in a proactive way. Step your game up. The people that you comparing yourself to, you need to go sit under them and ask them some questions, read some books, something like that. But don't trip out over the internet, because again, first things first, everybody like, yo, you got an attitude. I'm not trying to work with nobody with no attitude. Have you left a restaurant because the waiter gave you attitude? Okay. Okay.
And studying I definitely, like, this is something I had to learn too early on, like studying and understanding how the algorithm works. Like every piece of art, every content.
Oh yeah.
Is not necessarily algorithm worthy. You feel me? Like a lot of stuff you create is not gonna be, set to the most popular eye. You know what I'm saying? Where you like, oh yeah, I made that, and I just, I just been posting, but you gotta understand, like, what you're posting, you gotta ask yourself, like, is this something that's gonna be attention ready where people like, oh, I get that, or I've seen that. That's why, like, right now, like, anime is such a big thing, because a lot of people are introduced to it, and so like when you see something, or somebody doing a anime or a cartoon or something, something like what do you call it, fan base, then it's gonna catch
some fan art.
Yeah, fan art. So, because I'm gonna be honest, it's not a lot of pieces that I put in the algorithm. It's not that it's inappropriate. I just know for myself, it's not going to reach the particular audience that I know it's going to reach. That's
true.
You know what I'm saying? Compared to a comic book shoe, or, you know what I'm saying, or a video game shoe. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, I would advise anybody to, like, try to study the algorithm a little bit. Like, you ain't got to be like in depth into it, but like, it's kind of like one of them things when you catch and you see it, and you able to, like, you know what I'm saying, put it all together and be like, okay, maybe for the next pair I should, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and drop that, because that's based on people's, you know what I'm saying, it's an attention grabber. So
so real people, talk.
To be mindful of what they post, because like I know artists that, I don't know if it like I haven't been on their page in a while, but I know artists that paint a spectrum of like so many different things, including weaponry. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if that, you know what I'm saying, to a particular audience, you like, okay, what type of signals you sending here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta.
Well, I can tell you right now, after my experience with working with Facebook, like I said, they always looking to use content and to elevate people, on their platforms. Again, keep in mind, Facebook owns more than one platform.
Yeah.
They look for people. Like when they doing their campaigns and stuff, they already hit me up and said, they got some new ones coming for the summer. We already worked with you last year. We, if we find something, we putting you in there. But they told me, they always looking, and they looking at people's stuff. And yeah, some people get passed up because of what they posting, some people, you like, you might be posting something that may seem a little violent, or something like that. Or it might be something that's like, again, like it's a hot button topic, but it's something that pisses people off, actually. So it's like, it might just be like, man, dope work, but if that's your subject matter, can't rock with you. But I'm gonna drop a gem and tell y'all something that's probably killing you the most, is that Facebook and Instagram, and definitely Instagram. So if you're trying to hit the explore page, it uses image recognition technology. So what that is like Facebook and Instagram can recognize what this is. Like by looking at it. They gotta the computer can see that and say, oh, those are scissors. So the types of things that you post is categorizing that stuff, whether you're using hashtags or not. And it's putting it in boxes like, okay, this go over here, this go over here. I'm gonna show this to people who like that. I'm gonna show this to people who like it. If you don't have like some kind of consistency to your stuff, what it actually does is it confuses the algorithm, and the algorithm sort of like restarts because it doesn't know what you trying to do. So it's like, it's like calling the help desk of a business, and you don't know what department you need to talk to.
Exactly.
It's kind of like that, or like somebody brand new in the sorting office or the post office. They don't know where to send the mail because they like, what is this? So it does that, and with that, it slows down your post. So like if you've been posting, I don't know, seahorses for the past like 6 months, and all of a sudden you post a real horse, it might be like, wait a minute, like,
right?
What are we doing? Like, right? So like it does that, and the same thing with like hashtags and stuff too, but there's a few things you do have to understand, and the brand consistency is like the probably the like apex is like, whatever your brand is, stick to it. Because I see people, they post like when you don't have content to post, you'll post like memes. And it's like, okay, you haven't painted for like 3 weeks, and for like 3 weeks you've been posting memes. Guess what? You confusing the algorithm. You were better off just not posting anything, or posting like throwback pics of your artwork, or some people, I see like pictures of like themselves and then a family and stuff like that, and then like every other day they post a picture of their artwork. Well, Facebook and Instagram is confused as hell by that, because they also, in a sense, in theory, categorize our profiles. And so if it can't figure it out, it's kind of just like, is this just like a casual page, or is this like a creator page, or whatever it is, and it won't send the stuff consistently to the right places, because one of the things that the algorithm does, and it does in your favor, is that if you post something, and especially if you use like a proper hashtag, like if the hashtag is blue 22, if you have friends, or your friends have friends that follow that hashtag, well, it's gonna send it to them ASAP. And if they respond to it, then it sends it to more people, because it's basically saying, oh, you like this content, so people want to see this. So it keeps pushing out your content. But if again, the next day, if you post something, and then you post something that's like totally unrelated to what you about, you probably messed up your rhythm. Like, it's a high possibility you messed up your rhythm. It's not going to it's like, okay, well, this is about some food you just cooked. I don't know where to send this, because like none of your friends are interested in like food pics. I don't know where to put this, or the people, because that's kind of how your explore page is. Your explore page is really just the stuff that you, your friends, and their friends have an interest in. So it basically takes you guys' common interest and shows them to you. That's how you get pictures of stuff that you never looked at before. It's like, what is this? It's because somebody or somebody that is familiar with somebody is interested in that.
Facts. And that's just the same as was that to what you said on dropping old content that you made. Now, I can't say this from example, like that's really rolling the dice, but you have to know when you gonna want to drop it because like let's say it's the 10-year anniversary of a cartoon that you made like last year or whatever. And we
Yeah.
coming up 10 year and you see the advertising company like posting it or whatever, and then you just so happen to post it. Like for the algorithm, it's tailored around that theme that company is posting for. So it can work out for you sometimes, but I'm not gonna say it's gonna be all the time where it's gonna actually work. But you have to know when and how to resurface your artwork because like honestly, you may get more views on the recent post because a lot of people missed it. You know what I'm saying, from the
Yeah.
last time that you posted. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
And that happens a lot.
The dice. Yeah.
That happens a lot. So somebody put a question in the chat on YouTube. Said, do you think adding music on your story post is a bad idea? Me, absolutely not. Here's the thing though. It can work in your favor and it could be something that's irrelevant.
Yeah.
Why? Because there's a fair amount of people who look at social media with the volume off.
Yeah.
Mainly because a lot of the time that you posting, these people are either at work or they traveling.
Yeah.
So it's get back to me and I get you like the actual statistics on it. But some of these people are like again they in traffic, so like they don't have time to like double tap to get the volume going. Simple stuff you don't even think about, like people on the bus, public transit. They just out of courtesy they don't turn the volume on. Being at work, we all do it. You poop on company time, but you don't want nobody to know you don't want nobody to know you in there, so you don't turn the volume on. So that's a reason that it might be irrelevant, but at the same time, not even just on stories, but on posts like reels and things like that, is that Instagram and Facebook, like they give you the option to use like music in your posts and stuff like that. If you using trending sounds, that makes your content more visible. So if it's like a new song that come out, and this how you know it's a trending sound, especially on IG. So it's like an arrow with a slant like this. That it's an arrow with a slant next to the song. That means that sound is trending. So that can work to your advantage because if somebody like looks at a post prior to seeing yours and they see that and they hear that song, Instagram will show them more videos with that song in it. And I'm not sure if that works directly for stories, but either way, if I like that song and I already heard that song and I hear it in your stories, I might be more likely to look at your content because it's just familiarity, basic psychology stuff. So no, it's not bad. It's not a bad idea, but I would say, do some research, try it out a couple times, see what you get. I do it, but sometimes I don't because sometimes it just don't seem like a good idea. But mostly for reals for sure. Because at this point I'm blessed to get paid for my reels, so I do everything I can to like make them trend, make them go viral.
Congratulations on that.
Respect. I don't know why they picked me, but I did something right. You dig?
What you gotta ask
But
yourself?
yeah,
Why not pick you up? You know what I'm saying? Like,
a good point. But listen, I'm gonna run it up while they let me. So, but yeah, no, it's not a bad idea. You got something for that, bro?
You took it away with that one. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, you was definitely money on that one. It's about figuring out which song is on the algorithm that's trending, understanding the context of that song. Like, is it too, like, 'cause I done seen people do this too, like where they'll pick a song and it'll be like way too vulgar, and you like, you know what I'm saying, and it like this just dismiss whatever you got going on, because it's like they picked this
That's
song,
a
like,
good point.
you know what I'm saying. I don't even want to see what the rest of it is, because it's like you said, you got people that's watching you. So like, not only the algorithm, but people that your posts navigate itself to, like people that you follow or they follow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and by the song you choosing, it can literally steer them away, because it might be too aggressive, or it might be too, you know what I'm saying? Like, and some people have to be mindful too. Like, even with something like a platform like YouTube, like, you got to understand, this is something where kids have access to it too. So you don't want to, you know what I'm
That's a
saying?
good point.
You don't want to discourage the kids, because once you discourage the kids, the adults is already sold on, like, oh yeah, don't pay attention to him, because this is
Yeah,
what,
yeah. You burn up at that point.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you definitely burn up.
Yeah, for music, pay attention to the algorithm, which songs are trending and being output out there, and yeah, knowing which song to pick. Because like, if you know what I'm saying, like I said, even for posting too, like even for the children, like I tell, because I know certain people, they've asked me like why I haven't like advertised this or that, but it's like, bro, I have a certain audience that's tailored to like what they're watching from me. So what type of person would I be if I'm just putting anything out like on here, like, and it's just, you know what I'm saying, like, and I'm giving mixed signals, like, bro, he talking about some thug stuff, and now he talking about some conservative stuff. Like, what is you doing? Like, so yeah, so to my particular,
Yeah.
to my particular audience, I can't present them with just anything. Like, I have to. It's about representation. You only get one time to make a first impression, so you got to
Yeah.
represent yourself properly. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, you know, on this podcast, y'all gonna hear Brandon all the time. You know, like, that's really what I talk about probably the most next to art, is branding yourself as an artist, branding yourself as a creative in general, you know. And you know, like the good bro just said, like, you know, you gotta watch a lot of stuff, you know. So especially if you think about doing this and making it a career, which, you know, is a possibility for, you know, for some. But I promise you, most people are cheating themselves out of that opportunity to make it a career. It's not what you think it is. It's actually you. You know, you know, I promise you, because it'll come a time where you'll think about some stuff that you was doing, or you might get some cues from some people. You know, like for instance, I've talked about it with people before. I never considered size and scale of my artwork until I did one specific show, and I had a big piece. I got a piece. I still got the piece. It's like it's like 3x4, 3 feet by 4 feet. It's a picture, like a portrait I did of Killmonger from Black Panther, and I think I was selling it for about eight by 800, something like that. And I had it framed up in a nice like big gold frame. You know, I had gold leaf all through it and stuff. And the lady was like, I love it. You know, it's dope. You know, she, you know, big Michael B. Jordan fan. And she was like, the thing is like, I got a small car. You know, like, I got the money. But I got a small car. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna get this home. You know, and I was like, well, I can mail it to you, you know, no problem. You know, I absorb the cost for the shipping, you know, no problem. And she was like, yeah, but I don't want them to tear it up, you know, in shipping. And from that time, I have heard other people say, it's like, you know, I don't really like, I don't really have the means to care for this, you know, like just traveling home, like, you know, pieces that I made is like, I want this, but I don't have the means to care for this getting it home. Like, it's gonna sit in my trunk. I do not want to mess up my trunk. I brought my kids with me. I don't trust my kids, you know, like, so it was something I had to consider. It's like, I'm missing money because of certain things. And that is also hindering my brand, because a person can buy this stuff and be so excited and tell other people about it. You'll hear me talk about champions, and that's what a champion is. They be so excited they want to tell everybody else about you. I've had the same thing to where I was sending like emails out and stuff like that, and I didn't know that a lady who I had made contact with was, that she had some issues, with like some of my work, mainly because she was like, really like conservative Christian. And I mean, that make no never mind to me.
Yeah.
But what I had to learn was, it due to them. It's like
Right.
she, and one of her issues was that, the work, like one piece I did, it was a nude lady, but for her that was too intense, because it was like, I don't, like, because of my faith, that's too intense for me, and and so, like, I think she kind of went down a rabbit hole that, obviously I couldn't control, as far as like, like, what work would I produce for her if she just like gave me her vision? What
Yeah.
work would I produce? And I had to eat that, because it's like, okay, well, I have to learn, if I'm going to commit to one thing, there's a group of people that I can't do business with.
Yeah.
But the thing is I have to commit to something. I cannot be a people pleaser. Otherwise, I'm never going to enjoy my work.
It's true.
So, a couple of things I had to figure out, and even with, customizing sneakers, it's like, it's the same thing. Like, I gotta, figure out, like, for me with customized sneakers, it's pricing. I know who I cannot sell to, because I know what they can't afford. So I know what designs I also will not be doing, because, I still need to make the same amount of money. So it's certain designs I can't do, because I'm pricing myself out the game. That means that these people are people that I don't get to work with. It just is what it is,
Yeah.
because I'm pricing myself out of their budget, you know, which also means that I may need to market a little better,
Yeah.
because if I'm pricing myself out of one group, which may be the easier group to make sales with, I need to, on the other end, work harder on making those bigger sales, because I mean, I do luxury work.
Yeah.
It's a high detail, high, like, high price, so it's very unlikely that I'll do too many kids shoes
Right. Yeah.
like some
Exactly.
people.
Yeah.
I won't, very unlikely, because the pricing is too much for, like, parents. It's like, and then considering the fact that it's like, well, this child is gonna grow, this shoe is not gonna last,
Yeah.
on this child's foot that long. So, this price is a bit unreasonable. And so, again, like, knowing your audience, knowing your branding, I don't brand my stuff to parents. And I do get orders from parents, but they're usually parents of children whose feet aren't growing anymore. It's
Yeah.
like,
Right.
they teenagers, they that's pretty much gonna be their shoe size for the rest of their life.
Fact.
You
Fact.
know,
That is fact.
that can be a big one too. As far as like paying attention to, what direction your brand is going, and knowing, like, okay, well, this is my lane. And you gotta stick to that consistency. You know, even when it don't look like it's going nowhere, it's like, there is probably. Man, I was just talking to somebody, that I was mentoring. It's like, there's probably one slight shift you need to make that propels your that will just push you like that much more. Like, if you're not at 1,000 followers yet, it's probably one little shift
Yeah.
that you need to make. a strategic move that you need to make just to hit that 1,000.
Thanks.
I was talking to my little brother, like probably about, it's been about 2 weeks now. I was
Mhm.
talking to him about that, and he was, and I was just telling him, I said, dude, maybe in the last like 2 or 3 months, I've probably grabbed like 3,000 followers, and
Nice.
it was literally just one thing that I did. That was it. It was one little adjustment that I made that just made like the growth just rapid. And after doing that,
Mhm.
that one thing, but it was a slow crawl, and then eventually like it just boom. It's I mean it was like it was like just like resting my foot on the accelerator. Eventually, I'm going to get to top speed. It's gonna take a minute, but eventually, I just planted a seed and let it grow, because it was like, okay, I got the means to do this now, so I'm gonna plant the seed and see what happened, and and that's what it did. But it was also the fact that I didn't give up all the other things I had done. I stayed consistent with all of that stuff and just adjusted one little thing.
Yeah,
One little
true.
thing.
And that's something that that may be that's all it takes. But as long as you staying on the course, you straight. That's it. Yeah. Never
That's
steer.
that's it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be doing all that swerving, like just stay straight. Cause I mean,
Right.
that
Fact.
that's what people gonna want, is that familiarity with you. Like, okay, the consistency matters more than anything. Like, and that don't even mean like posting every day, posting every week, but it's
True.
showing up on a regular basis, whatever that means. Like, if you only post once a week, or you create something once a week, well, make sure you create once a week. Don't fall off the map. That's the only thing I can tell you. Do not fall off the map.
True.
You
True.
know, because you got to start over. You got to start over. Once you fall off the map, you got to start over. I ain't seen them in months.
Yeah, that's
You
what.
lost
Yeah.
all. You lost all your momentum. You lost
Yeah.
all your momentum,
Yeah. Even if
especially
you,
on social media.
especially that, yeah, they come and go, man. So even if you in your like for real, most people watch more stories than they do actual posts. So even if you in your story and you just every week or every couple days you just highlighting something, you know what I'm saying? People could be like, oh, he's still moving and grooving. You know what I'm saying? Like just give him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I mean, I can tell you right now, and I know you know too.
Yeah,
Please weigh in on it if you got something. Is dice your content up. Stop giving them everything. You don't tease them a little bit, like like you say, like you blow the whole load before before they even get to know what's happening.
yeah,
Like tease them a little bit. If you can record, listen. If you can create in a week like 30 minutes of content somehow, some way, if you can make 30 minutes of content, or I mean, let's not even say it's video. You don't like to do video. That's not your thing.
right.
Take like 10 pictures. you know take before and before, during, and after pictures. If a project takes you a week, you should at least have 7 pieces of content.
Facts. Yeah. The
Seven
progress.
pieces of content.
Mm-hmm.
You can literally just post those. Like, I do it all the time. Like, if we talk about custom shoes, that's something I think that it can be easily digested. So with a custom shoe, it's 2 shoes,
Yeah.
a left and a right.
Right.
That's 2 pieces of content right there. Not only that, but a shoe has 2 sides. That's
True.
4 pieces of content right there.
True.
You could take a video of you working on the shoe, and you could take a picture to use as a still. Some people like video. Some people like to look at just the pictures.
Facts.
That's 8 pieces of content right there. And they don't have to be posted in the same week. There's 8 pieces of content. You know what I'm saying? Like you could give your work to somebody and record their reaction. It's a piece of content. Maybe you had an accident in the middle of working on your project. It's a piece of content.
It is.
You got to go travel to get supplies for your project. It's a piece of content. Like you can go and look at my entire Instagram and you can see everything I just told you. You know, my elementary school project. I made a whole reel for y'all where you can see me like literally shopping for everything that I got for that piece of content. And I broke it down into a minute, put some nice music behind it so it's entertaining. It was a piece of content. Right. You know what I was just doing? Was walking around recording me shopping and broke it down to a minute. That was it. Yeah. You know, that was that. Tomorrow, you know, hopefully I got to figure it out because I got to do it the right way. Tomorrow, you know, I'll be on Chicago News, CBS Chicago. Well, they'll be filming. It'll probably be on. Appreciate it. It'll probably be on next day. But we filming it. If it's cool and it's not a problem, you know, I'll be recording some of that. You know, so it's a piece of content. You know.
Yeah, no,
and when the news segment drop, I'm going to screenshot that. It's a piece of content. You know, like. But it is just break up your content. Like, you know, if you record 10 minutes on Instagram, that's 10 videos.
Exactly. Now you gotta,
because I can tell you right now, the long form videos, the long form videos, nobody really wants those no more on Instagram. They want them minute long videos. They like nobody like IGTV. Nobody uses that anymore. It's all about the reels. Exactly. And a reel can only be 1 minute long max. Exactly. If you recorded 10 minutes, if you can train yourself, you can record 10 individual minutes that you can break up into 10 reels. If you train yourself to make your content like that, you know. Same thing with your post. Don't just take one picture. Take at least 3. Yeah. Take at least 3. Put them in a carousel so people can swipe through them. You get longer engagement on that post because they have to swipe. 3 pictures is 3 seconds, and that's all you need on Instagram is 3 seconds to get people's attention. Thanks. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 seconds. You got the engagement. Congratulations.
Facts.
You didn't even pay for that.
Yeah, and that goes to like
you didn't even pay for that, Jim.
Right, true. That's true. That's free game. Come and get it, man. It's a staple right now. Like, yeah, free game. Yeah, that's that exactly what you said. Like the 3 photos, and then 2, try your best to, if you can. Like, I'm not the most professional editor, but I still go on my phone and I still edit my photos. So like, try to the best way you can edit your photos, just to give it, you know what I'm saying, just to get the what do you call it, the sneakers or whatever is around it more volume to like just hone in on the focus. Like, oh, okay, bet I see you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I don't know, like maybe darken the shadows, maybe, you know what I'm saying, raise the hue up a little bit, but not too outrageous where if a person see it in person, they be like, yo, your color is like way off. But just to give them a glimpse of like what they see, and just try the best way to edit your photos. And besides that, like I said again, you only get one time to make a first impression. So like, buy whatever supplies you need as far as like a soft box or you know what I'm saying, or a digital camera if you can. If not, I mean, you know, bump it like me with the iPhone. You know what I'm saying? Like, just try.
Bro, I bought an iPhone 12 for that exact reason. Thanks. When the iPhone 12 came out, I said, "Yep," immediately, because I knew what you could do with it, And not only that, but it would be hard to show. You know what? Forget it. I'm gonna try to make an effort to do this. I want y'all to see these. I'm gonna talk about it on another episode or something like that. But I want y'all to see these. They make camera lenses for iPhones or just for phones.
Yeah.
So you can get photo level quality pictures. If you like the pictures that's on my Instagram, this how I make them.
Facts. I even got gel packs, like them gel colors where you can change the hue of your camera. Like I don't even do nothing crazy. All I do is put the gel behind my lens and then just take the shot. Like,
yes, sir. Yeah. So this brand right here, is called Moment.
Word. Okay.
Moment. So they make camera lenses. It's probably hard to see. It's kind of like overexposed, but they make camera lenses.
That's hard.
For you can put these on a cell phone.
Oh, that's hard. Nah, I seen the fisheye lid one too. Yeah, that's hard. Okay.
But this company makes like the best ones. Like this thing was like I don't know, like $50-$60, bro.
Oh, that's a steal.
So
yeah.
I'm gonna show you. Like, so you just put it on here. Mm-hmm. Like, you screw it in, and you gotta buy the case because they got a specific case. Mm-hmm. See?
Oh, that's hard. That is hard. Okay. That.
And it take a way better picture than the iPhone can by itself. It really is like as close as you gonna get to a professional camera, like with an iPhone. And you can use their app, so they app automatically adjusts to the lens that you bought. So all you do is you just switch between the lenses on the app, and then you can move like the you can adjust the exposure, you can adjust like the aperture. So like if you want to blur the background a little bit, so the app tweaks the iPhone or whatever phone you're using, it tweaks the cameras on the phone itself so that it behaves like a professional digital camera would. So, and from there, all you do is, you can edit your photos, however you edit your photos. Like, and that's what I mean. Like, that was one of the adjustments that I made that started making my stuff, give me more views and stuff, because, sometimes for some people, that's literally the difference. Right. You're going to be on Amazon shopping tonight. You may have to get these from the Moment website itself. I don't know if you can find these on Amazon. But I'm sure it's like some cheaper versions that you can like practice with, because these is like costly. I think I spent about $200 just to get like a decent set, because you got to buy the case, because the case is very specific. Like, you see it's got like all them little like hooks and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's like specific, but if it's a worthy investment, that's all I could say. Because I mean, you take photos on the go, that's why I like it. I mean, like, could buy a nice camera, you know what I mean? Right. But like, you got to put it in a bag. You have it in your bag. You got to worry about it being lost, being damaged, all it's a lot, bro. It's a lot. And I do want one, but I mean, man, like, it just
no, I feel you.
Couple grand versus a couple hundred.
Yeah, that's true. And it's still for real.
And it all fit in my pocket.
Yeah. And you know how to work the tools, man. Good to go. I definitely see.
That's it.
You learn something new every day. I didn't even know about the camera, so yeah, you definitely gonna have to DM me that, because I definitely want to get one. So
yeah, I definitely would get with people, because especially like with artwork, that's a must have, bro. Like, because you can literally just take your pictures wherever you want to. Like, I got like a little like backpack that I just stick the little lenses in, and My phone always on me anyway, so it's just like all I need to do is have the lenses with.
Just change it
Boom,
up.
twist, bow, picture, twist, back in the pocket, bow my way. You know, like it's a definitely a worthy thing, man. You know, just that investment
Sure.
is crazy.
Yeah.
I wanna get your opinion on
Mm-hmm.
like this article that I read, right?
For sure.
Because I almost forgot about it. I
Ah.
almost forgot. But this article that I got from is the site is called The Groove. I like this because it's a site for creatives. And they send me like emails like once a week or so with like articles. So it says 3 ways to increase your openness in creativity. Yeah. So it opens. Y'all got that? It opens with the title says what openness in the context of creativity really means. Being open to experiences has been categorized by researchers as a personality trait that is always present in people who are truly creative. It is your constant drive towards exploration, your thirst for knowledge, the curious part of you that keeps asking questions. Seeking variety and being accepting of diversity are also part of it. So the lady's name is Maria. She says, while I agree that being open is a prerequisite to being creative, I don't necessarily think that it is a personality trait that you either have to have or have not, as much as it is a habit that you nurture from within. Here are 3 ways to cultivate your openness regardless of your profession. So the first one is think like a generalist or be one. Think like a generalist or be one. So it's so and she gave some examples. I actually do not know who this person is, but the name is Buckminster Fuller. Was a generalist whose ideas came from many different disciplines that intermingled freely in his mind and his work. He exemplified the idea of being open in the context of creativity. He was an architect, systems theorist, author, designer, inventor, philosopher, critic, and futurist. He was, among many other things, responsible for refining and popularizing the design of the geodesic dome, which has applications ranging from auditoriums to storage facilities. Oh, bet. Okay. But his experiments and writings extend to areas as diverse as sustainability, before that was a thing, transportation, and communications. In 1927, Fuller resolved to think independently with a commitment to the search for the principles governing the universe and the help advance the evolution of humanity in accordance with them, finding ways of doing more with less to the end that all people everywhere can have more and more. With such an ambitious premise, nothing was off limits to him. This desire for knowledge and information can do wonders for the cultivation of openness. So she's basically saying the fact that like, he never dedicated himself to like one area of creativity. So that, I mean, that's basically how she's defining like being a generalist. He never like, closed himself off and like dedicated himself to one lane of creativity. It allowed him to be more open with his creativity.
Got you. Got you. Okay. Yeah. So you definitely open to be more creative, more. Do that fall in line with like transparency, or like showing the artist in the arc of like working with these different like mediums and projects? Like, is that
In
like
some ways, probably so. Yeah, probably so. In some ways, I think when she's saying like openness, I think just the beginning, and I mean y'all could play it back. The intro to the article. I think what she's getting at is like the openness is like just being open to possibilities.
gotcha.
Like and how that would like help one to be that much more creative is just being open to what's out there. And
Yeah,
so it seems like what she getting at is like to think in a general sense about your creativity,
gotcha. Okay.
because I mean this guy saying he was an architect, he was an actual writer,
Yeah,
like he did so many different things that he didn't just say like I'm just solely an architect.
yeah,
Like it it seems like what she's saying is like all of those disciplines that he took in helped him to be better at the next one. Because he didn't just say okay, I'm gonna stick to this lane and
yeah,
this lane only.
yeah. And I can, yeah, and like ironic you picked that article because I can relate to that sense of being, open to creatively expand, you know what I'm saying? And like, yo, I'm gonna challenge myself to do this. And then, like I said, if it works, it works. But if it don't, then you know, I won't take nothing from it. It's just like that's not something that I'm coring. Like, but if I'm interested still, I can be like, cool, I can get better at this. Or just like with coming into sneakers, like I feel like if I would gave up a while ago, like I'd never be here, you know what I'm saying, talking about it. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get that. Yeah, so this next one though, like I think a lot of people can identify with this one because this to me from, the circles that I dwell in seems to be, something that resonates. So the next way she says you can be open is she says education doesn't matter, but motivation does.
Hmm.
I've heard people say that they can't be creative because they don't have the right education. I've heard some of y'all say that too.
Hmm.
The right degree or the right school. But don't use this as an excuse because research demonstrates that education has little to do with openness of experience.
Facts.
So, education does not equal experience.
Facts. I can relate to that too. Cause like I said, I was not taught this. A lot of stuff I had to like research and find it for my own understanding and knowledge to be like, okay, let me try. Because I ain't really had nobody who was, telling me how to blend or mix colors or you know what I'm saying. Like it's just something I had to like look up and get in the trenches on my own as far as research, books, TV. Shout out to Bob Ross. So just stuff like
Holla
that.
at your boy.
Yeah. So when you watching programs like that, and there was another artist too, but I can't remember his name, but it was like on PBS or whatever, where he was showing
Yeah,
you
I know
how,
you talking about.
yeah, showing you how to paint and all that. So like, yeah, like learning from visually watching that, like I can definitely understand is like you don't have to have, the knowledge, but definitely the experience to try it, keep going, keep teaching yourself, keep learning from it, and then figure out what's next. I mean, that's the whole thing. Like being ready to. You got a lot of people who never lost before and knows what losing feel like. So even
That's
when they,
right.
what I'm saying, even when you win, you like I don't even know how they accept that because it's like or even if when you not winning, you like man, you getting frustrated because you like man, like I'm supposed to be doing it. Like I mean, you gotta learn to take them L's. You gotta learn to frustrate yourself, messing projects up because I done messed up a resume of pairs, but you only learn from that experience, like how far you can go, or take that mistake and be like, all right, I won't do that. Like next time, I'll just try another way. So,
Right. So what you just said goes into this next paragraph.
Mm.
Fuller, the guy we talked about in the first paragraph, Fuller was expelled from Harvard twice and never graduated college. Yet, he spent his life stretching his curiosity and openness to realms as far apart as geometry and philosophy because he was fully receptive, big word, receptive to the experience of learning and experimenting with different concepts.
Mm.
After all, he had a goal that motivated him: the search for the principles governing the universe. He then wrote that by universe, I mean the aggregate of all humanity's consciously apprehended and communicated experiences. So he viewed the universe as the sum total of people's lives.
Mm. Interesting.
In fact, what determines the hunger for exploration is your own desire to attain goals, learn new things, and understand facts from different points of view.
Yeah.
And that all has to come from you
Yeah.
because no amount of external rewards will get you there. The key to motivation is to enjoy what you do, even when there are plateaus and when there's some drudgery or boring task in between. That's a big one. That drive has to come from within and accepting the good, the bad, and the ugly that the process may entail.
True. True. Yeah, because you gonna go. I swear, man. Like, if you don't know now, man, you definitely go through the trenches with these certain projects, especially if you never worked with that fabric or that medium before. Like, you're gonna learn some things, man. It's gonna teach you, and it's either you gonna grow from that, or you're gonna stay stagnant and be mad, like, oh man, I can't progress. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I definitely, yeah, definitely on
Yeah,
that.
that's mad crazy, bro. He said he got expelled twice from Harvard,
Mm.
and he never graduated college, bro. But this man was an innovator. You cannot say this dude ain't had no motivation.
Yeah, he stayed on the course. Like, you know what I'm saying? He stayed on the course, and to get denied twice like that, like, he's been able to experience losing. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So now you know how you going, you know what I'm saying, go about it next time. All right, bet. I got a plan. My plan still hasn't changed, no matter what the outside is, or, you know what I'm saying, no people, deny me. And like you said previously, like, we had
100.
like you said previously, we had this conversation before too. Like, when it's lined up for you and it's meant to happen for you, it'll happen. It may not be
Yeah,
the
it's
same.
yours.
You know what I'm saying? It may not be the same courses, homie that you see excelling or homie that you seeing fly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
everybody path is, like you said, open and different. So,
Yep. What's yours is yours, which, nobody could take that from you. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Nobody could take it. If it don't happen, it wasn't for you. Which ironically goes into this last thing. So number 3, she says, see change as an opportunity to evolve. Without creativity, there's no progress.
yeah.
As a society, we would have accepted the status quo and been content with hunting and gathering. But change is inevitable and happens whether you like it or not. If you resist change, you remain closed to the opportunity to evolve. Fuller had a very distinctive perspective on this. He said, you never change things by fighting the existing reality.
Mm-hmm.
To change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. Bars.
Right. Facts.
He knew that change was a natural part of life, but he was questioning things that didn't work anymore. To do that, you need to be ready to embrace shifts and transitions, no matter how uncomfortable they may be. Be open.
Facts.
Being open is willing to direct your attention to a variety of points of views and thoughts to allow your imagination to think outlandish ideas without stopping them on their tracks, to seek the thrill of new experiences, to be tolerant of diversity, and to see changing circumstances with curiosity and excitement. I don't think you can ever go wrong if you adopt a stance of openness, and the best part is that no drugs are needed to get there.
That's true.
No drugs allowed.
So we're living here. So I already know.
Yeah, so that's three ways to remain open in creativity, or three ways to increase your openness in creativity. So I mean, like, and she used one dude, his life to explain, like, fam, like, that's really it. Is that willingness to be open. It's gonna push you further. Like, when I read this earlier today, I was just thinking about, like, my dog went to Harvard. Like, that's a school that you can talk about anywhere in the world,
Ivy League.
and people be like, "Word, right? Word, Harvard, word." He got expelled twice.
Mm.
That mean he went back. He got expelled and went back,
Yeah.
and got expelled again. But this dude innovated architecture, like, those dome shapes and stuff. He invented those. Like, he invented that, and like, those made a big difference, and not just in sports, because, like, some agricultural buildings, like, they do better in those domes. Like, in science, it's buildings that's built in domes because it's better to have that building shaped like a dome. Like observatories with the giant telescopes and stuff like that, they built them in domes for a reason. Like, the dude who invented that style got expelled from Harvard twice and never graduated college. And I feel that because I went to college. I went to art school. I went to a widely respected art school, especially in commercial art, widely respected school. I still get respect for being a dropout. I mean,
Right. Yeah.
that's something in itself. I get respect for being a dropout. But it's the same thing. Like, this all I know is being a creative person. Like, I can't give up on this, like, and it sucked. And, I went through a lot. I talked about it in some other episodes. Like, I went through a couple of years of, like, serious depression because that's who I thought I was. I spent my life knowing I was going to that school. My life. I knew that I was going to that school and didn't graduate.
Yeah.
I spent years being depressed because I felt like the only dream I had for myself, couldn't come true.
Fact.
This dude went to some people's dream school twice and never graduated, yet became somebody who is going to go down in history, for doing something that people who have graduated from that school cannot do.
Yeah. True.
Off the juice.
Yeah.
Off the juice, he did this.
Yeah.
Like,
he stayed on the course, man. He stayed. He was
bro,
focused.
and right, and with an open mind, like, fam created a dome for a building because he was like, why? How come buildings can't be shaped like domes? Like, like, he innovated something because he was just like, exactly, twice. My man's went to the school twice. He got expelled. I gotta look it up how he got expelled. Like, what did this man do that they was like, they just ain't want to smoke? That's what it was.
Yeah.
He had the juice.
Yeah. They seen how you was coming. They like, man, we know your potential off the bat, so you can't.
You gotta roll, bro.
You gotta go. Yeah.
You up in here styling on him.
Yeah,
That's what it was, bro. Like, there's no way. But like this, I just thought this was a great article because
yeah,
we talking about being open and open minded,
yeah.
and how your willingness to be open minded can open doors. Like, so, you know, it really, like, for me, makes me think is like, at what points was I too close minded, and that's the reason that one thing that I wanted at that time, I didn't get it because I was closed minded. Like, when I was like, how come this opportunity, is slipping out my fingers? And it's because I'm closed minded, or, you know, I'm fixated on this opportunity. And like
Yeah,
I talked about, what's for you is for you. But I'm closed minded because I'm stuck on this opportunity that I'm not seeing. Oh, this is actually my opportunity, not this. I'm
right.
looking at the wrong things. Like that, you know. But bro, he got his spell from Harvard twice. Like,
Yeah. That goes,
I'm stuck on. I've been stuck on that all day.
yeah, and that goes back to, like you said, being open. That's why I said the irony of this article, man, is like super dope. Like, um, the opportunities that I've had, if I would have said no, because I've never tapped into that certain, you know what I'm saying, style or whatever, like I could have missed out on so much.
Yeah,
So it's like, yeah, like it's ironic how like motivational and powerful that interview. I mean that article is, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can take from that, and it's like, man, that's kind of relatable, like on some level.
bro.
All levels, but
Like,
yeah,
my man's just like, yo, like, I'm not worried about this. Like, I got it. I got it. Because he just, to have the ability to think in a direction that, other people won't think, because, you just considering all possibilities.
right.
Now, you know, I need more. I need more on this guy. I gotta look him up, because there are other people that think outside the box, and the stuff that come out their heads is just like, what?
How you do it?
You
Yeah,
know, like, in some of the stuff is just like, this is, that, and some people, like to think themselves a bit genius, but it's like, no, that ain't
right.
it. Like,
So
but this dude, like, is a genius. Like, that's a difference, though. Like, he on his Elon Musk, bro. He like, nah, bro. Look, watch this. Let me show y'all something. Like,
let me get y'all together.
right. Like, that's nuts, bro. So we rounding out the end of the second hour. So what I would like you to do, bro, is give the people what you got, a little bit of advice if you got it. Let us know about some future projects. Let us know where we can find you. And we gonna close this thing out, bro.
All right, that's a big bet. That's a big bet. I feel like through this whole interview and the whole process, man, we've been able to like talk about the base or the meat of the overall subject is just like never give up on yourself. Like, everybody else around you can give up on you, man. It's just when you give up on yourself, that's when you know, like, you officially like just destroyed what you had going on, because you thinking outside or how some people move or everything you getting denied from is like steering you away from whatever goal you're gonna have. You don't know what opportunity you're gonna have, but as long as you stay focused and you continue to evolve, create, and love, truly love creating, like, the possibilities is endless. Like, you'll never know where you're gonna
100.
end. Yeah. So that's just pretty much the overall subject, is to, never give up on yourself. Keep moving forward, and love creating, because I know I do. As far as upcoming projects, I know it's been taking me forever, but I'm trying to get the mechanics on these on this new pair of Sonic themed sneakers. It's been taking me so long because, like, I've been outsourcing to people that, you know, they do the job, but I'm starting to get starting to be open to teaching myself different things and learning. Like, cause I'll be like, man, looking at my clock, like, okay, you said they was gonna be done. Okay, all right, cool.
Right.
Yeah, so
100.
yeah, getting the mechanics of doing that, getting that done, and y'all can definitely reach me on IG, TikTok, Facebook. IG and TikTok got the same name at Aldonte the Artist, and then on Facebook it's just Aldonte Art. So yeah, definitely tap in with me. Let me know how much you love my art, man, and then I can, you know what I'm saying, I ain't nothing but
Support the bro.
Yeah, create more and level up, man. See what else I can do, because I love to challenge myself. See, like, maybe see if I can do that. So.
That's a big bet, as you like to say.
Yeah,
You know.
Hey,
man, that's
my word, man. I say that all the time. I even think much. Like, all right, bet.
Right. So, you know, it's been a great one. You know, I knew it was gonna be a good one in the first place. You know, always a dope chat. I always appreciate the A&H fam stopping through. As you know, A&H stands for Art and Hustle, because the slogan is make art and hustle. So we are out of here. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for y'all making episode 7 such a lit episode. Hella comments, hella love in the chat. Appreciate you. Shout out to the people on Facebook. Shout out to the YouTubers. Shout out to the Twitchers. Appreciate you. It's all love, and we are out.
You're listening to the Unpainted Podcast with Sneaker Fair Kicks, the dopest artists weighing in on staying creative, money, fame, and glory. Get that creative kick you need for the weekend. The Unpainted Podcast. Make art and hustle.